Canadian meat doesn't make the grade.
And a new would-be mayor gets set to announce her candidacy. Humber News starts now.
Hello, it's March 6th. Welcome to Humber News, coming to you from the Broadcast Center here at the North Campus. I'm Mark McKelvey. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm S.B. Curry. Ahead on our show, we have all your news, sports, and entertainment highlights, as well as your 5-day weather forecast. But first, Mark has our top story.
If you're thinking of becoming a vegetarian, this may give you extra incentive. Canada's been given a D grade and is being called an international embarrassment for its lack of regulations of antibiotics in animals. Drugs in meat are partly responsible for making people resistant to antibiotics. Today, a new report in the Canadian Veterinarian Journal blasts the Canadian government for failing to follow through on a decade of research. Under current Health Canada rules, farmers can import and use just about any drugs they want as long as it's on their own farms. There isn't a system to trace them. The report was written by academics, veterinarians, and industry and has not yet been reviewed by Health Canada.
A familiar face is apparently set to enter the race to become Toronto's next mayor. The Toronto Star is reporting NDP MP Olivia Chow is ready to announce her candidacy for Toronto's highest office. A senior campaign organizer is quoted as saying Chow's campaign has been ready to roll for some time now, lacking only the official go-ahead from Chow herself. Reports say Chow will officially enter the mayoral race during the week of March 17th.
A judge has ruled portions of a search warrant document related to Project Brazen 2 be released to the public. The information in question is the detailed request filed by police to gain access to specific cell phone records. It is not yet known whose cell phone records were targeted, but some reports say detectives had a particular interest in the phone records of both Mayor Rob Ford and his former driver Sandro Lisi. Lawyers for Lisi and several media outlets will review the document on March 17th.
Tempers flared at a Toronto District School Board meeting last night. In a marathon meeting that spanned over 7 hours, school board trustees decided to accept and not debate a report on academic problems of Somali students. Members of the Somali community were furious over the decision, shouting shame at the trustees. A motion followed immediately to move the meeting into a closed session. According to the TDSB, Somali students have a 25% dropout rate. The report calls for mentoring, teacher training, and a new curriculum to help deal with Somali students.
And a TDSB trustee is in hot water after a probe found she harassed 2 senior staffers. An investigation was launched against trustee Elizabeth Moyer after an executive superintendent filed a complaint against her in June. The complaint alleges Moyer hugged the man and touched his face. The investigation was expanded to include a second complaint from another executive superintendent. Mano Gardner alleges Moyer made suggestive comments to her in 2011. The investigation was conducted by an outside law firm and found that Moyer violated workplace harassment policies.
The City of Toronto is celebrating its 180th birthday today. On this day in 1834, the City of York was officially dubbed the City of Toronto. Today also marks another significant name day for Toronto.
It does. The zoo has finally decided on a name for its polar bear cub. Humphrey is the new name of the 4-month-old cub that has captured the hearts of Torontonians. The naming process was spearheaded with a contest by the zoo called Name the Cub. More than 14,000 people voted, and there were 6 names to choose from. Humphrey was given an Inuit name as well, Pew, meaning good and nice.
When we come back, we'll have more news from across the country and around the world. Corey Wheeler will have the sports news, and we'll have your weather forecast with Alexis McDonald.
The weather has made for a slow commute to school and work this morning for some, but we will be seeing some improvements in the weather tomorrow and into the weekend. I've got your 5-day weather forecast coming up after the break.